some might say ball chasing in Rocket League is an epidemic. There are too many ball chasers. There are too many people who just run their forehead straight to the ball and don't care about what happens after. And in general, I would say that's true. Ball chasing in its purest form is not something that we want to be doing. It does not foster teamwork, and it sometimes even neglects rotations, some of these general game sense principles that we'd like to follow. In general, though, ball chasers also have decisive decision making, are fast, can really solo play, and sometimes are easier to read than teammates who are maybe indecisive and not know what to do. So you have to find the happy medium, where you're fast, you're decisive in your decision making, but yet you're not a ball chaser, and you facilitate your teammates to play the game with you. Chronico, or Crimson Plays here, Chronico in Discord, he is a ones main trying to break into the 2s and 3s, currently champ, very, very mechanical and fast player, but can come off as ball chasing just because I don't think he knows the right way to use his speed in a 2s or 3s situation. So hopefully we can watch this game and we can learn how to either work with a ball chasing teammate or maybe how to settle ourselves down a little bit and be a better teammate if we like to ball chase a little bit more. Not saying that Chronico here is a ball chaser, but he's a very, very fast player, and sometimes it can come off like that. Like right off the kickoff, we saw how fast that was, right? That was a speed flip into that kickoff, extremely fast, something we don't see a lot at champ rank. It's becoming more and more common, and it is something I say at champ I would start to really practice. But yes, already with great speed. His teammate comes in, plays it off the back wall, and you can just tell, look how close he is to this play. I personally don't think I would be this close. I know my teammate's coming in for this ball, but it's bouncing so shallow. There's someone on the back wall. It's just, even if he, like the way he touches this, he gets the boost, but like nothing really comes of it, but he recovers really quickly. Like he gets out of there really fast. And that's something we're going to see a lot. Chronico, or Crimson here, he gets around the field quickly. Now, that's great, but we have to know where on the field to be. So good job here being ready for this. Such a mechanical player. Like I enjoy watching him like going off the ceiling here. Like totally cool. Doesn't quite get the touch he's looking for, but like if you can hit these and do these things, I think adding them to your repertoire when you start getting to champ is important, because it's just going to build and build and build as you grow in the ranks. So good defense so far. And just a backflip. Honestly, I think his positioning here was pretty darn good. Maybe I wouldn't have gone for that boost, and maybe I would have tried to be back post more. But the way that he is on the back wall and just kind of shadowing this a little bit is great. And Rush here actually has a pretty poor shot. Where driving off the wall and going for it was, I think, the right play. But with him being on the back wall here, he actually has opportunities to go get like the top corner, fly across, and boot any other shot out of here. So he's in a, I think, a really decent position. Just backflips after he gets off the wall. I would say unfortunate more than bad positioning. So here's the cheat, gets real close, and then I feel like I don't know if he was paying attention. Like, I don't know. I see this ball bounce up like that. I'm probably not going to push forward like immediately, especially since we need to be looking at our opponents here, right? So Chronico goes right here. We're looking at this play, but we're also should be sneaking a peek at where the other blue defender is, right? They're all the way back. So we don't need to fully like super hard commit to this. We can cheat kind of slowly actually, and be a little bit farther back. And if Chronico didn't like kind of Uga challenge this and drive forward into it, he probably would have had a really nasty shot attempt here, or dribble or something. But kind of had to kill his momentum and give the other blue defender time to get in there. So don't love rotating the same side as the ball is going up, right? I get that you're trying to get boost, and you kind of see this big boost pad, and I don't know if this big boost pad is actually available right now. But as this ball is kind of coming this way, we should start getting into the net more, or even taking a path like this somehow. I would say this path is a little bit more safe, because kind of coming up this way, we aren't protecting anything, and we're also most likely not going to get this boost. So now we're kind of in the way, and we're trying to wait to get boost, and then just another whiff off the back wall. Like, it just looked like he was cold, honestly. Like, I don't see Chronicle missing stuff like this very often. But, like, maybe not being in that position would have been rotating back post through the middle of the field, getting little boost pads and having plenty of boost to make a pretty easy save off that sidewall. Versus coming up the same side as the ball, now you're on the back wall, 0 boost. It's a lot more awkward. So I don't like boosting on cheats either. Unless you're like hardcore, even if you just flip once you don't want to be boosting and full committing before we know where this ball is going to go, right? So this ball could go anywhere. So I think just one flip, get this little boost pad, and then keep driving forward, and then see what happens, gives you the best angle to actually go for the second attempt off a kickoff, right? What Chronicle does is he boosts way past it. By the time he lands, he is so close to this ball. If any ball goes up in the air past him, behind him, like this, he's just retreating back, and he is not probably going to be the next one to it if the other team also cheats. And we kind of see the panic there a little bit with that misplay, right? Give yourself more time. Even if he did slow play that and the ball still did the same thing, it's going to go behind him, but maybe he has more boost. He hasn't fully committed to the play, and he has a better shot of slowing it down and being more calm. So good 50, got the boost, got everything, and then just look at the speed. Not afraid of the speed flip across the field there. I'm okay at champ to sit up field for a little bit, but it needs to be like one Mississippi, get back behind your teammate, right? Like, you need to watch what they're doing, and if they don't immediately pound this ball up to you off their first touch, I would not trust a teammate who's champ to dribble and flick this onto your car, especially since you're gotta consider you're moving this way as well. Like, you're not just gonna stop, you're gonna lose all your momentum, you're never gonna be able to actually do anything with this. So I'm like one Mississippi and I'm behind my teammate. You have a much better chance of actually doing something productive with this ball. Instead, you basically are just killing time, trying not to double commit, and trying not to get scored on now. I think Chronicle could have done a little bit better job of trying to dodge this demo. Like, this is a terrible spot. This is like worst case scenario. But like in this situation, the blue team here actually committed farther than what the ball is. So just reversing and backflipping into this may have been very effective. Obviously, in the moment, you see two opponents barreling down on you. It's not something that's an easy play just to think of on the spot there. But he did a good job of, regardless, dodging that demo, getting out of the net, and making a great save. Unfortunate he didn't get the bump there, or the demo there. Like, I don't know how this isn't a demo, right? Like, he was going supersonic and the guy landed on top of him. Like, I don't know. To me, that's a demo. But unfortunate, the guy gets the boost. Now it's time to kind of rotate back. And then, it's a little dangerous to go all the way for corner boost in this situation. We don't know what's happening, right? As we're driving away from this ball, like, first off, you literally can't see what's happening because you're out of ball cam. But like, anything could happen. That ball could go immediately into your net or bounce off the corner and be a shot that you should be kind of following up for. So getting a little boost pad would probably be a better shot. And I think you did you even get the boost? Wait a minute. Was this boost glitching on me? I think this boost was glitching on me. Yeah. And the boost wasn't even there. So like, you just even more so put yourself out of the way of this play. But everything works out in the end. Good attempts, just being annoying. Now it's time to get out, right? Now this is where I'm okay rotating near post with same side as the ball. I mean, the ball is already at the net. Might as well just get there and try to make a play. good. Way not to just try to bang it, and then great touch past the other defender, and they weren't ready for it. Amazing solo play here, right? Watch what he does, everybody. He hits this ball. He goes up for this ball to take control of it, not just to hit it. He is going up to take control. Has a soft touch, goes off the ramp of the wall essentially here, and is able to pre-flip almost into this ball way before that blue defender even gets there. He actually gets demoed because he was there so early. And it sneaks it in past Rush, who had no idea the ball was even going to the net, right? That's just being fast. That's just being quick to the ball. That's understanding, like, we need to control the ball. You can control the ball with aerials. Like, it doesn't have to be an air dribble. It just can be as simply as going up, touching the ball softly, and going up for the follow-through, right? Awkward position, but does a good job of sticking around. Great pre-flip again. Great mechanics. Plays it to his teammate, and then when you have 0 boost and you play it to your teammate in the middle, you're done with the play in 2s. Like, realistically, this teammate isn't going to, especially a champ, put this back down to you to power shot this. I would wait a second, but as soon as I see this touch, I'm out. I am out. And it is a dangerous play to even stay up for a second, I think, especially in 2s and champ. Like, I just don't trust teammates in 2s. A little bit of poor positioning. It's just like, this is just an awkward spot, right? Like, you missed the boost in at the midfield here. Had to go all the way back to get 100 boost here. Honestly, your best bet is to play deep and just realize, like, this ball could go all the way to your net. So you need to be, like, basically on the goal line almost, like, or really, really deep. Because this ball goes way over your head, and there's lots of room where you could have saved that if you're just deeper. It's not an easy play. Like, this is a very deceptive play. Like, obviously, like, oh, in hindsight, of course I could say, yeah, you should have been deeper. But, like, just understanding how quickly the blue defenders are moving and where that ball is most likely going to end up, there's just a lot of momentum moving really, really fast right in your face. It's just better to play deeper if you can. Great kickoff win. Great turn, I think. I love the aggression. Like, this is like the picture perfect kickoff you want to see. When you go for a kickoff and you see this ball bounce backwards like that, perfectly in the air, and you know your teammate cheated, it's time to go. Get that middle boost and let's get after it. Unfortunately, blue team was able to play it away pretty safely, but, like, the pressure's still on. Unfortunately, we just have a whiff and then the pressure's gone, right? Like, I like the idea of just being aggressive and going for it. That was a great time to do it. Especially when you're down 2 goals, by the way, right? Sometimes it's time to just get after it. Great touch from the blue defender. I don't think you needed a jump for this, though. He had a great touch, but you're much better off just driving and trying to cut this off and aerial at the last second, right? Because if you take off here, you're never going to get up to speed fast enough to actually intercept this ball. It's moving that fast, right? And look at what happens if you did touch this ball. Like, you're probably playing it into your net or right towards your net. Like, this is very dangerous. So staying on the ground would have been a much better play. Just getting as close as you can to the ball, and then last second aerialing for it. So, good speed. Doing good, and then this is just a little much, right? Like, we don't need to be chasing these guys like this. The ball's going into the corner. This isn't going to be a direct shot. There's no point in doing this. But this is what I'm talking about the ball chasing part, right? So he did all this. He's running up the field ahead of the ball, right? Trying to get this bump. Doesn't get it. And then flips all the way around. Gets this corner boost. And then rotates to the midfield. That's actually a great rotation for someone who's ball chasing. If you're going for a shot, you put a shot on net, or you do a pass or do something, and you rotate, grab their corner boost, and then rotate super wide on the opposite side of the field, you actually have a lot of options, right? Like, look how many options he has for this. He ends up, unfortunately, I say, jumping way too early for this. But, like, he had the whole field. Like, if he was just waited, if he would have just turned around, and then just sat on the ground and just stood right here on the ground and watched this guy go for it. He was going to whiff, and that ball was just going to flop right down in front of the net. But instead, you kind of challenge, try to get out of it, and it's just awkward. Your teammate misses the open net too, so that's unfortunate. But good plays here. Hanging out, good challenge, and now it's time to get out. It's time to get out. Stop jumping, stop doing anything. Time to get out. Get boost. Get around the midfield. We want to be in the midfield. Instead of like having that failed jump or whatever, just collecting like 3 or 4 boost pads in the midfield, and you'd probably be very close to full boost. Got a little ahead of ourselves. Good speed though, get back into it. And then again, look, get that corner boost on the opposite side, and then rotate real wide. Now you have the whole field. You can see everything with this rotation. The ball gets played off to the side. You have plenty of time to turn around and try to put this to the middle again. This is the ball chasing part though, right? Great play out, but you just recognize you have 17 boosts. It's time, like it's not a 1v1, right? It's not a 1v1, let's try to keep possession of this ball. You have possession of this ball, technically, if you think about it. You just play this up. Your teammate's probably going to go for this. I don't see these guys effectively clearing it. If you can just jump down, get this boost pad, and get a few in the midfield, and be ready to go. But then you kind of waste all your boost, flop around their net with 0 boost. Thankfully, they own gold. Like, you wanna know how you guys avoid own goaling like this, right? Like, this is kind of embarrassing. Wait, right? This is embarrassing. You know what Rush did wrong here? He's not subscribed to my channel. So you should really do that before you own goal in your next match. Like, I mean, that's on you. Don't subscribe at your own risk, but you're probably gonna own goal your next game. Sorry. That's just how it is. So, let's see here. Let's look at the stats so far, right? Chronicle has 2 goals, 2 saves, 2 shots. Kind of controlling the game right now for the orange side. Something we want to start seeing ball chasing teammates or ball chasing play styles start to do is get assists. Like that bump right there, crazy. A little bit of a weird challenge. I definitely went to Gone for this, right? Like 12 boost. Yeah, the ball's bouncing in front of the net, but like Rush is right there. I would probably just sit back, wait to see what Rush does, and then challenge. Instead, you kind of challenged into what Rush was trying to do, and he played it over you. When realistically, he didn't play it very well, like at all. So. And oh, whoa. Like, let's just slow down for a sec. Our teammate just jumped off the sidewall. We do not need to barrel in at supersonic speeds and try to take this away. And then like the flip into the net to try to bump, and then you're just flailing around with 0 boost essentially in the net. Like, these are the kind of plays that lead to like very, very easy counterattacks from the other team. Just gotta be very, very careful how we fully commit to stuff like that. So here we go. And this is where ball chasing is good, guys. This is where it's good. You have 10 seconds left. It's time to go, now or never. And gets like a double tap weird doomsday dish out of the corner because he pre-flipped into it. Like, that's incredible. That is honestly incredible. Like, that is what we want from our ball chasing teammates or from our ball chasing play style. Even this, like, this shouldn't work. This shouldn't work. But he gave it a chance because he pre-flipped into it. Like, he gave his team a chance by getting in there and hit the... I need to see this guy's perspective on this. Like, I'm still trying to figure out how I just don't think he saw Chronicle. I just don't think he did it so fast. I don't think that he realized Chronicle was actually like touching the ball right then. So he jumped and was like, well, shit. And then just own gold. And then immediately leaves. That's the only response to that, by the way. You get cooked like that with 3 seconds left after you're up 2 goals the entire game, leave. Just leave. Actually insane. So, ball chasing Rocket League, right? I think a lot of people, you know, mistake it as just, you know, not caring about your teammates or just go, go, go. But there's ways to do it in a way that actually helps your teammates. If you can beat a few players, like you could beat 2 people and then just dish it off the back wall, like a NBA player or basketball player alley-ooping to their teammate, like that's how you have to perceive it. Chronicle did some great examples of like super wide rotations after being the first man, trying to make people miss, doesn't quite work out, grab the corner boost and then get wide, because the chaos you created should have made it so that your teammate has a pretty nice options, and you could probably follow up on a lot of those options. But Chronicle does lack in some aspects when it comes to like understanding when it's time to go for those solo plays, when it's time to ball chase, and when it's time to rotate back and be a support type player at that moment. Overall, really good. Chronicle, once he irons these things out, it's going to be a very high level player in 2s and 3s. I just know it. His mechanics are off the charts. If you like this video, you should like it right now. Do it right now. Comment something and subscribe. And if you want your replay analyzed, go to my Discord in the description below. There's a link. Go straight to the coaching section, drop your replay, and I'll make a whole YouTube video about it, just like I did right now for Chronicle. And yeah, I thank you guys all for the support. See ya.